Everybody's heard of outsourcing. Companies are outsourcing many things, from call centers to manufacturing. You name it, companies are going overseas for cheaper solutions. What companies cannot do is outsource thinking, and designers are thinkers. Design management is the fundamental belief that design thinking can change an organization. And that's what design managers are learning here at the Shintatro Akatsu School of Design. The first year is really exploring what is design management and how does it fit into my career.
It's about actually taking the idea of design and applying it to an entire business concept. So you're taking how an organization runs and you're applying a design structure to it.
The second year is about how do I apply this? How do I innovate? How do I add something to the discussion of design management in the world?
I was looking for something more than another art degree. I wanted more control over art as a business.
What we're trying to do is introduce them to the idea of being quite disruptive. And that's a challenge. That's a huge challenge. And so redesigning a little object or a widget is not what we're talking about. That's rarely disruptive enough. We want them to actually come up with ideas that are completely disruptive to an industry. Wouldn't that be neat?
The unique thing about the opportunity here at Sasd is that we have the resources of the University of Bridgeport in our hands. So whereas some other schools bring in professors to maybe adjunct a business class, here we have students partaking in an actual business class, which is very different than a lot of other universities. So you're not only interacting with a real business professor, you're interacting with business students, and that, as any student knows, can be the most valuable experience. So that's a real advantage that this school has.
You're not in a bubble. You're not in a graphic design bubble or an industrial design bubble. You get to interact with MBA students, you get to interact with other students that are doing something different than what you're doing, but you still have that creative viewpoint.
I can personally promise a student in the MPS program at Sasd that I will continue to push them to be bigger thinkers.
The idea is to cause students to work with each other.
The biggest surprise for me was how much leadership I actually had in me. I didn't know that I was capable of the amount of work.
We want to see students take chances. It's the only way it works as a design manager. You can't be a design manager just doing things the way they've always been done.
What we're talking about and what we're encouraging our students to look at are the biggest possible picture, given the assignment, given the problem. So it's not about redesigning a bottle, it's redesigning a delivery system or a need. Perhaps the need can be rethought entirely.
Be prepared to work. You need to work hard, and it's not a program that you can kind of coast by. You have to do research, you have to do the work, you have to take initiative for your own future.
The ideal would be that you would be a design manager that goes to an organization and you affect the profitability of that organization, you affect the products of that organization, you affect the sustainability and the social responsibility. That would be sort of the ideal goal. But understanding that that's not realistic for everybody. A more practical goal that everybody gets out of the program no matter what is strictly the idea that you can speak the language of business. You're no longer just the creative guy or gal. You are now speaking the language of business. You understand marketing, operations, legal aspects, financial aspects. You're more of a leader, you're more confident. And that can help any designer. So even if you leave with a degree in design management and you go back to being a designer, you go back to being a more effective designer.
I think that anybody who would like to go into business, I would definitely recommend this program because it will let them see the creative side of business that's missing. It helps them actually understand the difference between what business people are thinking and what designers are thinking, and takes those two things and puts them together.
It's a lovely campus, it's a gorgeous place. The students are great, the faculty are great. It's a beautiful facility. It certainly needs to be on somebody's short list of design management programs. And I think that this is a great place to be.